I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here inside the Hub Culture studio. It's 2019, it's Davos, and I'm really pleased Kathy Bessant, Chief Technology Officer for Bank of America, has come in to the studio. Welcome.
Great to be here, Edie. Thanks. Great way to kick off Davos.
Good. Well, you, first of all, have recently got back from Mount Kilimanjaro. What was it like?
Well, shocking, actually. To climb 19,341 feet, you actually have to climb.
Right.
And climbing is not something I'm particularly good at, nor do I like it. But I had a chance to go with some great students from the University of Michigan and the dean of the business school, and 37 of us summited.
That's fantastic.
It was fantastic.
So let's turn a little bit to the ideas behind Davos today. The fourth industrial revolution has a lot of different components: artificial intelligence, robotics, big data. You're in charge of technology for 95,000 people at Bank of America. Tell me, what do you think the technologies are that we need to be paying attention to?
Well, I think you listed a lot of them. Big data and use of data well, artificial intelligence, robotics, natural language processing, machine learning. All of those kinds of things have the capability to bring out the best in people and to allow us to do great things at scale, to learn more, to understand more. But they also have the capability to leave parts of the world and parts of the population behind. And I hope that's going to be the conversation at Davos.
So Bank of America is is the founding donor to the Harvard Council's Responsible Artificial Intelligence. Tell me why and what you think the danger of artificial intelligence being misused is.
Well, I think the dangers are high. I think we start, first of all, with the opportunities to do great things are immense. So no kidding, AI is something we have to learn to use well because it holds great potential. That said, everything that holds great potential holds great risk, and the risk of human bias being injected into models, the risks of models being used for things that the original designers have no idea, or certainly had no idea when they were being built. All of those risks are very real, and I believe the technology is ahead of humans right now in terms of our understanding of those risks and how to manage them brilliantly.
You know, sometimes I like to look at it through the lens of diversity and inclusion. And so the point is that the world is diverse, right? We don't need to do anything to make it more diverse. It already is. But the point is, how do you make it inclusive? And so how do you encourage that diversity or that inclusiveness within technology? The implicit bias, I would imagine, for a bank, you can make some poor decisions as a result. So what's important to think about with that?
Well, I think diverse people produce diverse and welcoming and inclusive outcomes. So it starts with what's the talent. And technology is terrible as a place for inclusion. We all know women are underrepresented. Many minorities are underrepresented in the coding community, and that has to change. I think one thing that holds a lot of opportunity is we've got more jobs than we do people right now. And we won't be able to fill those jobs, we Bank of America or we industry as a whole, we won't be able to fill them unless we get a lot better at being inclusive.
So tell me, you were voted the most powerful woman in banking by American Banker magazine 2 years in a row. When do you think I won't be mentioning this in an interview? When will gender equality not be an issue anymore?
You know, I think all we have to do is look at the events and the commentary over the last 2 years to know it's going to be a while. And so I often think, do we need an award for women? Is that important to understand or recognize powerful women? And for the moment, and for the foreseeable future, I think it is. Do I look forward to the day when it's banker instead of woman banker? Sure.
Yeah,
and that's what we work on every day, and we'll know it when we get there.
Just rewinding a little bit about to your thoughts on data and the misuse of data. The amount of data that's being produced is incredible. I also think I probably get a message now maybe once a month about something that my data has been compromised on some site. I've got to change my password again. Tell me your thoughts about how fast the technology is changing and what abuses that it's prone to.
Well, I think we have to think about technology with the belief, although it may not be true, but with the belief that there's very little such thing as private information anymore. And so how we design the way people access our systems, how we design the way data can be moved when that movement is detected, the fundamental design elements of technology can actually be used to protect data, even if it has lost its natural privacy.
And finally, what are the key challenges that you're facing individually at Bank of America and the organization is this year?
Well, we've got workers who need skills for tomorrow that aren't necessarily the skills of today, or certainly the skills of yesterday. And so workforce transformation is probably the biggest thing on my mind this year. And it has to be something we don't just talk about. You know, we're creating structures to retrain and reskill people. People are pulling on the desire to be reskilled, but making it happen is, 2019 is no kidding the year that we have to make progress.
All right, Kathy, thank you very much for stopping by
see
the
you.
Hub Culture Pavilion and the studio here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.